Carla, please tell me you synthesized the nectar.
Just give it to Kat already. No!
Now's the time for that miracle. Come on, Reuben. Don't you dare give up on me now. I did my best.
Please, anyone but him! Reuben!
What happened?
Oh, Reuben, thought you were a goner for a moment.
Just an ordinary day on Esperanza.
How are you so nonchalant? You were just on your deathbed.
But I'm not anymore, right? And it's all thanks to you, Carla.
I'm relieved you're conscious, Reuben, but you really need to regain your strength.
Always the sensible one, Kat. You could say I have too much life left in me.
You stop talking already, you silly man.
I think he could use some space now, Portia.
It's no big deal, really. Ms. Frost is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
Hush now.
Okay, I'm out. I have some other issues to handle. Get well.
We'll talk again, Carla.
I need to talk with the Admiral. Maybe he's back in his suite.
Oh, Carla! I'm so relieved it's only you.
Mrs. Burt, what are you doing?
Frankly, I'm trying to break into Portia's suite. It's the only one I haven't searched yet.
Don't you have a spare key for housekeeping?
Oh no. She keeps watch every time I dust the room. It's all on her terms. Everything is complicated with Miss Frost. Even this damn door.
How come?
Well, Lucas had started securing the mansion with some innovative locks. But he only got as far as Portia's suite.
The poor lad. And now we have to hack into it.
How do you even know so much?
Lucas would always get so excited about upgrades. He'd tell me all about it. I couldn't pick a lock like this in my old age, Carla.
Portia's not leaving Reuben anytime soon, but we should hustle.
Right. So I need you to shut down Portia's suite from the security room. Just disable it on the computer there, and I'll take care of the rest.
Okay, on my way.
One more thing, dear. You'll probably need a password for the computer. Lucas often wrote his passwords down and kept them nearby. It'll be somewhere in his office.
Got it. Thanks. The PC's here. All I need now is the password. If it were me, I'd keep the password somewhere close by the PC. Maybe in sight too. I hope I picked the correct sticker. Only one way to find out. Moment of truth. I hope this works. I'm in! Now all that's left is to unlock the door. It will be faster if I use the search instead. Wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. All right, let's check if Mrs. Bird has broken into the room.
Brilliant work there, Carla.
It takes two to tango. Do you think the earring's in her room?
Would you mind searching, dear? You're clearly more sharp-eyed than I am. I'll keep watch in case Portia decides to show up and find an excuse.
No problem. Just give me a shout if anything goes wrong.
Will do. Go on. Do some digging in there.
Now, where would the queen keep her jewelry? I need to put a battery in. I need to put a battery in. That's the earring. I should check with Mrs. Bird immediately. Mrs. Bird, I found the other earring to the pair.
Really? Show it to me, dear. Oh my, the earrings match perfectly. Does that mean that Portia assaulted the Admiral?
Even though the earring is hers, that doesn't prove she jumped Wilkinson.
It sure doesn't get her off the hook, though.
We should keep this under wraps, at least until we find some more leads.
I'll see what Q can dig up when he returns.
Wait, so Q still hasn't returned from the jungle?
No, he hasn't. And I'm starting to worry about him. I don't want to trouble Reuben about it, so I'm hoping Q turns up soon.
So do I, Mrs. Bird. So do I.
Speaking of the Admiral, he was looking for you at breakfast.
Yeah, we have a few unresolved questions. Do you know where he is now?
Coming up with a plan B in his suite, I imagine.
Thanks again, Mrs. Bird. Take care now. Admiral, could we have a word?
I hope you've come to report, soldier.
How are you holding up? It must have been tough losing something so precious.
It's that obvious, huh? It broke my heart seeing Bessie in flames after all these years. Nonetheless, things come and go. That's just the way of life. So tell me, did you find anything out?
Someone used a fuel tank from the boathouse to torch Bessie.
Well, I figured it was arson. Things don't just randomly go up in smoke. Seems the storm's upon us now.
And it's a chilly one. Let me just shut that window first. I should lock the... Much better.
So what's your theory about my boat, Miss Page?
Well, I think the culprit decided to burn it spontaneously. They smashed the boathouse lock, which shows they didn't have time to find the staff key.
Are you implying they panicked?
Exactly. I'm guessing you leaving the island wasn't something they wanted to happen.
Whoever did the deed must have heard me at Portia's dinner party. I bet it's that clown, Freddie Wolf. You've questioned him already, haven't you?
Sure have. He actually told me he'd seen Q and Lucas fighting by the pool.
And you believe a drunken fool's ravings?
I take it with a grain of salt. Freddy's not the most reliable one here.
So did you check his story with the gardener?
Yes, I might have accused Q unintentionally. He's been gone in the jungle ever since.
That boy knows that wilderness like the back of his hand. I'm sure he'll be fine. Meanwhile, we could examine the greenhouse camera footage.
Oh, that's worth a shot. I doubt it'd be scrambled.
To the security office, then. We'll get to the bottom of this. The cameras don't lie. Let's find out who the liar is. I'll rewind the footage to the day and time Lucas died. Moment of truth, Ms. Page.
So Q really was here.
And Freddy was lying through his teeth again. He must be the one who killed Lucas. It seems I underestimated Mr. Wolf. He's a menace that must be stopped. Lucas must have kept a gun as a security measure, probably in the safe by my feet.
Whoa! Isn't a gun a bit excessive?
Being excessively cautious is why I'm still alive, Miss Page. Now, there has to be a way to open that safe. The logo on the safe.
What about it?
I'm certain it belongs to a famous security company that specializes in electronic security. There might be software on the computer linked to the safe.
Lucky for us, I have access to Lucas's PC. Let me check. Okay, that should do it. Something should have opened. Let's check the safe.
Give me the gun, please.
Do you intend to use it on Freddy?
If push comes to shove, and I'm out of options, yes. Now stop this rebellious act, and just give me that goddamn gun.
I think it's safer if I keep it, Admiral.
Have you gone mad?
Maybe, but I feel like you're too personally invested.
Could you even pull the trigger?
Let's just find Freddy before we play judge, jury, and executioner.
I bet he's plotting something nasty in his room. Where the heck is Freddy?
It's fine. He might still be somewhere in the mansion.
He knew we'd figure out the truth eventually. The coward. But you're right. He's surrounded, and there aren't many places to hide. And that reminds me. I once walked in on Freddy writing something in a notebook. He hid it from me as if his life depended on it. And now, I wonder.
Was there anything special about that notebook?
There must have been. I'd never seen him carry it around the mansion. And the way he hid it, that notebook has to be significant. Help me look for it, will you? I recall it had a soccer club logo on the front.
Of course. I'll search the room. I'll leave the Admiral to search this area. I'll look in the other part of the room. Maybe I should look in Freddy's bag first.
Why did Freddy bring a newspaper to the island?
Are these photos of him and his girlfriend? Geez, his face is scratched off in them. Freddy drinks too much. He also kept an article about the accident his girlfriend died in. I should take a photo of this.
Did you find anything?
There are photos of Freddy and his deceased girlfriend in the bag. From the looks of it, he's blaming himself for the accident.
For all I know, Freddy could be keeping those as a trophy. Either way, it's pointless to discuss this any further. Let's continue with the search.
That's the one, right?
Jackpot, Miss Page. Let's have a look. It's all gone?
Accident? I don't get it.
These are the ravings of a psychopath. We have to find Freddy before he hurts someone else. There's no time to play around. Give me the gun now, Carla.
Don't be so rash, Admiral. The notebook mentions it was an accident, doesn't it?
God damn it, woman. If anyone else dies on this island, it's on you.
I'll handle it. Trust me.
Right then. We should tell Ruben what's been happening under his roof.
What about the others?
Just head upstairs and explain the situation to Ruben. I'll get everyone else.
All right, on my way. Ruben, I think we know who murdered Lucas.
What? Murder?
I think Freddy's notebook holds the answers you need.
Show it to me, please. Are you saying that Mr. Wolf wrote this?
Apparently, he'd been scribbling these confessions in his room.
Oh, God! Wake me up from this nightmare.
Is this the only proof you have, Carla?
Remember that pin I gave you? The one I found by the pool?
The enamel spade? I don't see how that's relevant.
I discovered it was torn out of Freddy's jacket. Probably during a struggle.
A fight between Lucas and Freddy? Are you sure?
Any other reason why Lucas's knuckles would be bruised? We checked his body with Kat.
Carla's right about that one, Ruben.
To think I brought a murderer into my home. Where the hell is Freddy now?
We couldn't find him. But Admiral Wilkinson has a plan, I bet. The others should be coming in here any moment.
Ruben? It's a miracle!
Oui, the Navarro bloodline is strong.
My dear, dear boy.
I knew you'd pull through, buddy.
Whoa, friends, be gentle with me. Our weekend has taken another dark turn, I'm afraid. Freddy Wolf seems to have murdered my security guard.
That sly bastard. What did I tell you?
I can't believe Wolfie would kill somebody.
Wilkinson, any idea where he could be?
My gut tells me he's cowering in the jungle.
Good Lord. Q is still out there somewhere. What if Freddy got to him?
Then we should team up and hunt that bastard down.
I trust you, Wilkinson. Are you proposing search parties?
Indeed. I'd prefer it if Ms. Page led one group to scour the jungle.
Why should I lead?
You're clearly capable of handling things and people that spin out of control. Meanwhile, the other group will help me search the mansion.
I can't do this. Sorry, but you'll be better off without me.
You'll stay with Reuben and Mrs. Bird then. Putting them in harm's way is out of the question.
But
No negotiations. Who's going with you then, Carla?
I'd like Portia and Jax to accompany me to the jungle.
You ain't gonna regret this.
Oh, brilliant. A field trip with you two.
That's settled then. Let's leave no stone unturned, people.
Aren't we bringing light to that damn jungle? It's getting dark soon.
I bet Lucas had an electric lantern in case of power outages.
That'll do. I'll go search for it in the security room.
We'll meet you straight in the backyard then.
I need to remove the weight first. It's in the way. Got it. Portia and Jax must be waiting for me in the backyard. Perfect timing. This is gonna be nasty. I just hope we'll find Freddy, and soon. Huh? Have they taken shelter in the greenhouse? I've got the lantern. Are you two ready to head out?
Not when it's pouring down like that. I ain't going nowhere.
There's a killer on the loose. I think we can handle the rain.
Rain? It's pouring like crazy. I'd rather be prepared now than sorry later. So, if y'all help me find some raincoats, that'd be great.
Sure, I'll look around. There's something sticking out of that box.
There might be raincoats inside.
It's heavier than it looks. Maybe I could use the umbrella as a lever to get it open? Found him! I call dibs on the pink one. I think I found enough raincoats for us.
Oh, let me see. That'll do, thanks. Now, let's go comb that jungle for Freddy. Freddy! Come out and face us, you coward!
Oh, save your breath. He must have escaped further into the jungle. Over there.
Hell, we gotta cross that ravine?
We've crossed it before. We'll be fine.
Lead the way, then.
What a ridiculous situation we've got ourselves in. Explain to me how Freddy ended up being the main suspect.
We've collected a fair set of evidence that points to Freddy.
I can't believe how this weekend has escalated.
Mark my words, Freddy will pay for poisoning Reuben.
There's no proof that Freddy had anything to do with that.
Well, who else? If he managed to keep cool about Lucas, he could have pulled off the second murder.
Nothing's certain yet, but Freddy won't get away with this.
Hasn't he already? I don't see him anywhere.
We must have missed something important, people. Let's just search the area.
Okay, I'll look for any clues or a trail. The grass over there looks trampled. There's something behind the grass. It looks like footprints? Someone. No, two people walked through here.
Hey, anything caught your eye there, Carla?
There are two pairs of footprints leading to that shabby house.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the gardener's been here.
Let's tear the place apart. Someone must be hiding in there.
I'll investigate the house quietly. You two should keep a lookout here.
Don't mind if I do. Just be careful.
Looks like some type of a lock. I should take a closer look at it. Let's see what secrets this house is hiding. It's pitch black in here. Good thing I brought that lantern. And that's a perfect place to hang it too. Well, no sign of Freddy here. But I should still look around. Just an old rusty cauldron. Why is the well barred with a pipe?
It's Freddy!
He's in the well.
How? That's horrible.
He was a bastard, but damn. Did he get himself killed?
I think someone murdered him, Jax. He wasn't here alone. Someone had wedged a pipe in so that Freddy couldn't get out.
Who would do something so cruel?
It had to be someone Freddy trusted. An accomplice, perhaps?
And who on earth is that?
All I know is that nobody is safe. Not anymore. Let's see if anything here can tell us the whole story.
I need a moment. I'm sorry. Any clues about Freddy's death, Carla?
Seems like when he fell, he hit his head and drowned.
Damn, that's grim. And for all I know, either of you could have killed him.
Hey, aren't you the one who's always despised Freddy?
That's fair, but I had nothing to do with this.
Enough! We should bring Freddy's body back first and point fingers later.
And how do you propose we get him out?
There's some old rope outside, but I'm not going there while a killer's on the loose.
I'll get it. Just don't go at each other's throats while I'm gone.
No promises.
I just hope the rope will be strong enough. Okay, I've got the rope. And seeing that I'm the lightest person here, you'll have to lower me into the well, and I'll tie the rope to Freddy.
Are you sure? It'll be gruesome seeing Wolf like that.
It'd be best if you did the heavy lifting here, Jax.
If Portia would be so kind as to lift a finger too, we can manage this together.
Yeah, whatever.
Carla, secure the rope on the well. Let's get this over with. Are you ready?
I doubt anyone can be. Dear God. You're good to go.
Let's get the poor guy to the mansion.
You two go ahead. I'll take another photo first.
Suit yourself.
Just don't take too long. It's getting dark already.
Roger that.
All right, this shouldn't take too long. Now to head back to the mansion and face the grim news.
Who's there? Stop right there!
Carla.
Oh God! Please, no! Tell me I didn't.
You should work on your aim, miss.
Oh, Q. Can you walk?
Slowly, but yes.
Let's get you back to the mansion then. Dr. Cat, I'm so glad you're here.
What happened, Carla? He's barely holding on to his consciousness.
No idea. I found him roughed up like this in the jungle.
Well, we best hope Q can pull through to tell his tale. He's not critically wounded, but we have to treat the cuts before they're infected. I'll start stitching him up, and you can grab some peroxide from my room.
Right away.
The door's locked. It might be from a power surge. I can't go back without the peroxide. There must be something I can do. Of course! The electrical panel! Maybe I can reset the door lock. Okay. I hope there's a switch for the door lock. All that's left to do is turn it back on again. I hope it worked. Green means good, right? I should be able to get in now. Finally. I've got the peroxide. I should hurry back to Dr. Cat. What's going on?
He's too fatigued to stay upright.
Please, tell me he's gonna pull through.
I think so. Based on the bruising, Q must have fallen from somewhere high up. He's lost quite a lot of blood, but fortunately, this man's resilient.
The peroxide will prevent infection, right? I have it on me.
That's right. I trust you can disinfect the cuts on Q's legs. Oh, and take some medical plasters off that table to apply afterward.
Peroxide first. Medical plasters second. Got it. Of course it's empty. I hope the plasters are still in the bag. Okay, that should be enough. Now I can treat the cuts on Q's leg. I need to place both the peroxide and medical plasters by his leg. First, peroxide. Then, medical plasters. I got this. All done.
Great job, Carla. Q was lucky to run into you. Still, I can't shake off the feeling that his accident is connected to Freddy.
True. The timings and locations of both events are suspiciously similar.
And the Navarro mansion is slowly turning into a madhouse. All this is weighing everyone down, and Freddy's death may be the breaking point.
Where was Freddy's body moved to?
He's down in the walk-in fridge, as you might have guessed. Everyone else is also down in the basement, fighting about the situation.
Given the circumstances, it's not surprising. I'll go check the situation downstairs and let Ruben know that Q is back. Janet, what happened?
You should leave, Carla.
Why? What's going on down here?
Everyone's ripping each other apart in the kitchen. It's awful. And people were saying nasty things about you.
What could they possibly say?
It's Jax. He thinks you had something to do with the murders. I said he was talking garbage, so we ended up having a fight. It's so stupid.
Oh, thanks for having my back, Janet. I guess I'll try to defuse the situation then.
Good luck. Everyone's in the kitchen.
Oh, look! The mystery girl is here.
Huh?
Carla, don't mind him.
Nobody knows what her deal is anyway. Carla's the outcast. She could be the killer.
Watch your tongue, Jax.
Why are you so protective of her?
I asked Carla to come. She's not guilty of anything.
Enough! Blaming each other won't get us anywhere.
Well, I won't spend another second with a killer.
Give me a break.
This ain't over, Reuben. I'll find out the truth, sooner or later.
Looks like all rationality has gone out the window.
That's what happens when despair and fear take root. People lose their heads.
There must be a better way for us to work together.
Your attitude is admirable, Miss Page. But people fear the unknown. It's not that simple.
Our only hope is to identify the killer before it's too late.
Right now, Q's our best bet for a possible lead.
Isn't he still in the jungle?
Oh, about that. Q's heavily wounded, but he's back at the mansion.
How did you forget to mention that? Where is he?
In the dining hall. Dr. Kat's keeping an eye on him.
Let's go check up on him. Oh, Q. What happened to him out there?
It's still a mystery, Reuben. He's been unconscious for a while now.
Is there any way we can bring him around?
A bucket of cold water won't do the trick, if that's what you mean.
I have some smelling salts in my room. They're potent enough to wake a dead man. Used to work like a charm when someone got knocked out in a fight.
Good idea. I'll get them from the castle suite. The lever is missing. I think this is what we needed. I should head back.